and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of the irae. So yeah, last time Samuel just deleted Kain basically, and now we are dealing with Schreiber, and I have no idea how I can deal with anything right now. And also we are on the stream right now, like this episode is actually happening on stream for members, so if you would like to be a member, you can also do this as well. And yeah, anyway, I think we are going to just into this episode, and yeah, like, Brand needs some power-ups. Otherwise, I see no way of winning, basically. So yeah, let's go. One thing, I had to defeat him fast. Yeah, sure, you are not fast enough to defeat Schreiber. Ever, like he's always faster. No sparring a single moment, then go to the school as soon as I could. I didn't thought about one possibility though, last time, like, I questioned why Schreiber did not went after Shiro and he went after Ren, like, it makes like literally no sense to me, but I just thought about this, since Schreiber is so extremely fast, maybe he already killed Shiro and just like came for Ren, maybe Shiro is already dead in the tower. Maybe that's a thing. Our gazes met. I looked into his eye and saw not even the most meager hint of sanity. I was certain that no human, beast or even demon should have eyes like that one. It was the glare of an insect completely obsessed with slaughter and sadism. If the word had anything repulsive in it, it was surely the eye of the harrowing life that nourished it. He was not a being that should be kept alive, and not a distortion that should be tolerated. Though his kind was unlike the others, he was surely another one of hell inhabitants. Also, Schreiber is the only character I think that have like souls visible like on him. Like under this eye patch he have like this, like he have no eye, right? And in the previous road when he lost this eye patch, right? I think. Yeah. Well, when he fought with Shiro, and there were like souls and stuff inside visible. It's the only character that had like souls being visible by the naked eye. How many tens of thousands did he massacre for his eye to have that glint? How much blood did he bath in to end up so irredeemably insane? I looked around and saw the city, its streets broken and hollowed just by running about. Schreiber had killed people, those numbers had surely surpassed hundreds. Yeah, more like thousands. Rage built up within me. The feeling of disdain made me dizzy.
いつまでもどこまでも僕は殺して回り続ける。ハイドリヒ教のベルトールでみんな永遠に殺し合おう。
Heldrich Weltal. Weltal is the name of the Heldrich castle, I guess, right? That's what I assume. Did? Behind my clenched teeth, the inside of my mouth. Weltal means world. Oh, okay, I see. Thanks. Behind my clenched teeth, the inside of my mouth got filled with the taste of blood. I had to stop him no matter what. Yeah, good luck with that. Schreiber bent his body in the middle. It was likely his extreme speed completely nullified the need for footholds. Ren immediately assumed a stance as Albedo's voice and tone changed. His grin replaced with something far more sinister. After all, the Ashen boy had always made a point of responding to a murderous intent aimed at him with the bloodlust 100 times more intense. Yeah.
そうだ
Oh, we still get like Machina perspective, okay. Yeah, Tripa did not expect that Schreiber to be involved in this. I mean, he kinda expected, but not to be involved with Ren, I guess. There's no reason why he couldn't defeat him, yeah. Because there was... that was the very nature of the Mother and Albertus craving. Yep, pretty much. But last time... Okay, how did Tripa sneak to Schreiber in the previous roads? To actually hit him with his hand? How did he like sneak up at him? Did he like shot the lance and teleported with the lance next to Schreiber and then hit him? Is that how it happened? While his creation of Pigment, Ren had absolutely no chance of emerging victorious. Oh. I could actually add this to the previous episode. It's been a 6-minute reading. I could literally add this to the previous recording session. Wow. I expected there to be like hour long fight. Never mind then. And Samuel is fine. So yeah. The very same could be said for her. With no change in her expression, Rubedo lazily left the bursting flames. She's so freaking cool. Astonishment. That was the only thing swirling within Kei's mind. Were they actually immortal? I mean, the density of souls is kinda overwhelmingly high between the two of you, so yeah. From your perspective, it is kinda immortal. Keep going.
貴様に対する評価を改めよう。そして我が身の不明を恥じねばならんな。いささかながら驚いたよ。
Okay. Price for surprising Samuel, I guess that's good enough. Lance disabled the craving, okay, because it always hits. Okay, makes sense. Kinda makes sense, because it's not the lance that hit Schreiber. But I get, like, the speed of lance, okay. Eleanor took a K blow, while in a completely defenseless state. Neither her mind or body even began to consider the possibility of being attacked. And yet, this was the result. Her uniform was slightly dirted, but not an inch of her body was hurt. Eleanor spoke in the dispassionate manner, while extinguishing the flames over Kain's ash. Her tone sounded almost as if she planned to instruct the girl.
小勢で核翼など組んでも意味がなかろう。兵力で劣るなら使い方を工夫しろ。それ次第で穴をうがつこともあるいはできる。貴様は無駄が多いのだよ。まったく。そんなところはどこかのアホとよく似ているわね。
The one that you just incinerated? Because you realize that was Beatrice. It hit craving. Okay, so the concept itself. So it just like deleted Schreiber being fast. And that allowed Trifa to like actually hit him. Okay, I see. Kay didn't understand what was happening. The person before her was, without a doubt, an enemy. Target of her grudge. And being she could never allow to live under the same canopy of heaven. For reasons unknown, the girl hesitated to launch another attack. She guessed that it might have been Eleanor's surprisingly calm intonation. She almost sounded like an elder sister talking to a younger one. The reality that she aligned the woman's presence with that of her dearest treasures appropriately appealed her. appalled? Appropriately appalled her. Okay.
これは褒美だ。受け取っておけ。
Okay, rewards. Object that appeared from the extinguished flames made the girl eyes wide open. Okay, what the hell? What do you give him? Her? Oh! 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 Next, Sakura in line? Oh, right. True. Levels being longiness, to Balkines Aknerbere preserved its form, remaining completely unscratched. The fact that it shrank to a third of its original 3-meter length slightly perplexed her, but aside that, there wasn't anything abnormal about it. Not even a scratch. Yeah.
もっと正直消し去ってやるつもりだったが気が変わった。中の魂ともども引き継ぎを許してやる。
Could you actually do this? I kinda doubt you could do this and you are just bullshitting us, Samuel. I don't think you could just vaporize, even if this is the fake lance. I don't think you could vaporize this. Like every single kind inside of this had like a lot of souls inside himself. So it's a lot of like multiple Sakurais that already had souls within. I don't think you can just like obliterate it. I don't think that's going to happen. It is completely momentarily.
今は命を大事にしろ。貴様は第八に捧げるとこの私が決定した。
Okay. So the school one is already opened because Kain died, right? Her thoughts were stable enough for her to be composed, but she was still completely ready to fight. And yet, one way or another, she was still caught off guard. Eleanor stood right before Kay and placed one of her hands on the girl's shoulder. The situation wasn't caused by the woman's speed. It was only the clarity of her martial arts prowess, which made the girl think there likely was a time when her adversary used to ripen her melee abilities. Okay. There's no greater proof than the reality of her effortlessly invading Kay's a swordsman's fighting range. Thus, the fight was over. Okay, she okay. The woman hit her with enough might to instantly make the girl black out. Her limbs failed to move, and she couldn't even voice a response. The defeat was so overwhelming that Kay felt more dumbfounded than humiliated. She had no excuse. Okay. Back to Tripa. Eleanor sighted and raised her face. Yeah, we opened the thing. The rooftops of the battle was about to reach its end as well. What was his craving again? To move forward, right? I believe. No, it isn't open because the souls are still in the lens. Oh. I don't know why I thought like the body itself had the soul. Yeah, okay, you're right. I thought like... I don't know why I thought like body had the souls and lance had the souls. Like in my brain it worked like... body, sword, and one of the souls is like... inheriting the body basically. And fighting in the body, so if the body dies then it can open the thing, but the rest of the souls are still in the sword, and they can like exchange themselves inside the body basically, you know, like they transfer from the sword to the body. Somehow I thought like it works like this, I guess. But okay. Also, yeah, Machina craving was that he wants to move forward, right? And he can like delete everything. Energy gathered within the Stygian Black Fists. Then extraordinary amount of souls swirled around it, became magic, and began the genesis of an altered world. Also, by the way, like outside of like the current situation, going back to Rusauka for a second, because Rusauka said that she can use magic and stuff, right? And there's only one other character that actually can use magic that we know about, and it's Mercurius. So I wonder if like there's like some kind of like relation between Mercurius and Rusauka at some point. Also, we know that Rusauka mentioned that there might be like the degree above Briach, so above third degree, and she said that no one ever reached this. So how does she know this? And maybe like Mercurius like let her know that there might be something above, but no one actually never made this. Like maybe she got this answer from Mercurius and she tried to research it by her self or something. Yeah, I just thought about this. Like, there's like no other character outside of Rusauka and Mercurius who claim to can use magic, basically. Just like a random thought I had like in between episodes somewhere. Anyway, let's continue. You can let me know in the comments what do you think about this idea. Creation Figment. The manifestation of the person's greatest craving, a sacred rite of the sorcery that turned one into all. The wish to become something and the desire to do something, the ideal self and the way it exists. The creation of the world meant to fulfill such cravings, a place where his desire would become an absolute rule. A certain someone was inclined to despise light, so he wished for an eternal night for him to reign within. Another had a passion so dear she wished for it to become an ever-burning star within her breast. Goddammit, Sakurai flaming mode is so hot. Literally. Hegemony and transcendence. Both were dreams, but one was an ambition that spread and consumed others, while the other was a desire to empathize the self. The former changed the space itself, while the other only affected the body. So this is like the reminder of how the things works here. Hegemony was more fiendish as a calamity, while the prayer of the transcendence was more menacing as an art of battle. After all, a desire that didn't consume any outsiders could never decline and weaken due to conflicting logic. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Deus Ex Machina. Let's go. His was an ultra high class transcendence. Yeah, he's special. Yeah, he's just evaporating like logic itself, basically, with his fists. Nigredo craving was the end. Anyone who ever touched his fists would have the curtain fall on the story of their life. The phenomenon meant to end the history. Creatures, objects, knowledge, concepts, none of those categories mattered to it. Nothing with even a single moment of history passed. The point of its creation, a single word in its story, could ever withstand the all-ending Deus Ex Machina. Now I think about this. If Mercurius wants to die, that's my theory, Can't just he like let Machina hit him? That should end him. That alone earned Machina the title of the god from the machine. His strike meant immediate death and was dangerous beyond human conception. Of course, Strifa fully understood the gravity of the situation. The plot he planned out had been thoughtfully torn apart, and I assume his fists delete you even if they scratch you, right? They just like scratch you like in a finger, like you dodge, you get like split with the finger and you die. Ren Fuji, his only ray of hope, was unable to come. He could never break through Schreiber. Based on Machina's nature, the priest assumed that he would never let anyone else have his prey. And he wasn't wrong. Your mistake, Tripa, was to capture Kasumi and trying to protect her now. The maddening Albedo was unable to suppress his urge for slaughter, and the words telling him not to kill someone would always fall on deaf ears, and the scenario where he would kill Ren was completely undesirable to Machina. Thus, Trifa assumed that they would never be made to face each other in battle. Alas, it was but a naive notion. After all, the maddened wolf was nothing but a loyal dog before the gold presence. Upon Trifa's death, the Hrodwind would be fixed by the bindings of the Gleipnir. Okay, hold on a second. Upon Trifa's death, Hrodwind is Albedo, I believe. Fixed by the bindings of the Gleipnir. I don't know who the Gleipnir is or what the Gleipnir is. I heard this name somewhere, like in the mythology, I believe, but I forgot what that was. And Hrodwind in the DS irae is Albedo, right? Schreiber.
ならば結局私が時を稼ぐしかないわけですが
Yeah. He considered continuing evasion until Ren's life was endangered by Schreiber, and the Machina grew impatient. However, it had become completely impossible.
この開いた傷口家の様相を見るが
Hrodwind is Fenrir, Gleipnir is his chain from the mythology. Oh, okay. So this is the chain. For an all-ending craving was about to be made manifest before him.
滴り落ちる血の雫を全身に巡る呪詛の毒を武器を取る剣を突き刺せ深く深く塚まで通れと
I still cannot get over this that they're talking like these cravings in Japanese. That would be like so freaking awesome if they would actually switch to German for this. That would like fit, basically. Like, come on. That would like fit them perfectly. And probably would like sound badass as well. The evocation was nearing its end. Although he was still chanting the aria, Nigredo wasn't the kind of man to allow his enemy escape. A weak offense would have the priest receive a powerful counterattack, while trying to escape would only result in the blast seeking out his back. There was only one thing left for him to do.
さあ騎士たち罪人にその苦悩をもろともとどめをさせば思考の光はおのずからその上に照り輝いて降りるだろう
He had to respond with his full power. It was the only path he could take, and his final destination was clear as daylight. It's going to be Lance versus... Is it going to be like... the Lance versus Machina Fists? I mean, Lance dodged the Einherjar before, because it like kind of like recognize its own, right? Like they said. So I don't see how the lance could like hit him. Like it cannot. It just like will dodge Machina because it will feel like it's its own master, right? But yeah, anyway. The priest no longer wished for a turnaround. Oh, he just gave up. Okay. Badass. The retrieval had been completed, checkmate. Yeah. The humanoid incarnation of death spoke of indifference as he clenched his all-ending fist. Machina attacks ignored any defenses and could be unleashed countless times. As long as he was on the offense, Gods von Berlington was unparalleled.
むざむざ負ける気などあるまい。さあどうする。得意の小賢しさを発揮してみろ。俺の聖戦につまらぬ処刑の記録など刻ませるな。
I mean, at this point, the only option is either like Trifa will die or he will dodge and Kasumi will die. It's one of these two things. Unless, I mean, actually we forgot that Rhea is actually on the roof. Like she was like not here for like good 2 hours, I believe. So yeah, maybe she will like do something like once again, like jump in front of like Trifa or something, like in Kasumi Road. Who the hell knows? I mean, they don't want to kill Rhea, right? So Machina probably will like hold back if he sees Rhea suddenly in front of him. He raised the fist that made all curtains fall. It was hard to know if the words he spoke before the burst were intentional. Nevertheless, they completely crushed the deepest part of Trifa's being. They were neither verbal abuse nor a provocation, only the cold, hushed truth. Ooh. Oh! Is he referencing to Trifa past when he had to pick 10 kids from the orphanage? Wow, he's hitting his past. Ooh. Ooh. Machina. Ow, that hurts. His scream was of an sanguine tone. Yep, okay. The somber fist and the golden palm crashed with a thunderous explosive sound. After the violent impact, Trifa's right hand, perfectly healthy up until a moment before, ended up bluntly crushed. However, what ultimately crumbled was not his body, but his control over the divine vessel. The shield was annihilated, and the armor was ignored, as part of the souls inhabiting the borrowed flesh were completely shattered. The priest had been rendered unable to move a single muscle of the arm that clashed with the Machina fist. Okay, yeah. Trifa is complicated. I love Trifa. God damn it. Trifa is so complicated and so good. Never lose my love again, huh? I wonder if Rhea will die, actually. This is like foreshadowing that Rhea will actually die. However, he didn't seem to grieve his wretched condition at all. Distanced by the blow, the enemies faced one another, building an invisible wheel of battle, lasting the space between them. Its density made the pavement of the roof begin to crack, and shook the whole campus into a violent rumble. I'm still like confused about like, okay, Trifa will like always confuse, will be always confusing for me, I think. Like the whole like, he tries to kill Rhea, but also he loves Rhea. This is so like, what? I just cannot like. He tries to like, is he? From my understanding, is that he tries to kill Rhea because he wants Reinhardt to not come back and he wants to use Kasumi instead, but also he wants to prove that he loves Rhea at the same time because that's what he wanted to do in Kasumi Road. So by killing Rhea, he can like realize his feelings, if he actually loves her or not, right? Like if he will feel sad or something about Rhea, then he will like realize, oh, I can still love, right? He never tries to kill Rhea, that's the only 100% thing about him. But in the comments, in the previous episodes, like there was a, like, you said that he hit Rhea in every road with the lance. I'm confused. Anyway, let's continue. I guess for a bit again. Yeah.
償い続けるのだ。あなたのような都合の良い終わりなどいらない。
Trifa gathered his resolve. There was one thing left for him to do. He had to disregard all causes of anxiety and unleash the weapon he trusted more than anything else. The priest's whole body and soul, his ultimate skill.
お前は俺を奴隷と言ったな。
The expanding divinity didn't even make the Iron Nigger flinch. He simply continued talking with a tranquil voice that almost seems to harbor pity.
否定はしない。俺は先祖だ。ハイドリヒに屈服させられ、繋がれた身を蔑まれても反駁はできん。
He was an Emperor of the demonic Valhalla, being unable to escape the rule of gold. As such, the somber knight of iron could have been weak to Trifa's ultimate attack. Huh? Hold on a second. Unable to escape the rule of gold, but the lance already changed direction when Samuel stood like in front of Rhea. Oh right, about killing Rhea once again. He tried to kill her in this road. He literally shot the lance towards the Rhea, and the only way why she's still alive is that Samuel like stepped in, and the lance changed direction. Apparently, why would lance work on him if he's part of Reinhardt as well? Once again, he summoned the Sacred Lance. The reason why he arrested in the first place was simply because it opened a fatal weak point. Yeah, but you are like big weak point at this point. No one could draw their blade when clad in ultimate armor and wielding the greatest shield. To go to the offensive full intent to murder meant nullifying one's own defenses. Fully aware of that, Trifa still drew his blade. After all, his opponent ignored defenses either way. As such, the priest's best bet was to discard them and focus entirely on the offense. It was the most obvious course of action for anyone facing Machina, even though the actions hardly suited him at all. The choice had become far too obvious. Using his creation figment for the second time in one night, Night made his soul sound vivid shrieks, but he pen-landedly ignored them all. Yeah, he said like at some point that he would like to avoid using his lance like 2 times, right? Or like multiple times. So Basically, he cannot handle the lance. I mean, yeah, because he's not Reinhardt. So he's like, ultimate limit is probably like 2 hits the most during 24 hours period, I would say, because he's like barely can like use it at this point, right? I have a feeling. Huh. Okay. Also, can't Machina just like, because this lance is always hitting, right? If Machina punch this, then lance technically hit Machina, but Machina deletes whatever he hits, so lance have like literally no chance against Machina. Like, it will always hit Machina, but if it hits his fist, it's get deleted. It deleted, but it will always hit. Complicated. You get what I mean, right? Hit into the fist is still a hit. He wouldn't die. He couldn't allow himself to perish. He couldn't accept defeat, no matter what. On the transistent moment, before their ultimate attacks clashed. Machina's words pierced deep into Trifa's heart. What? I'm not as contradictory as you are? What do you mean? Not sure what he means. Let me know in the comments, please. I'm not exactly sure what he means by this. The left injury, far more critical than physical wound. I guess like he's like talking about love and like the kids from his past. And Trifa is angry. Yep. So this is like the 4th different version of him calling the lance, right? Like you told me in the comments before that he used a different tone of voice in different like roads for his 3rd degree. So this is like another version, basically. It's another emotion. Pure light surged for the sacred golden lance. Be believing the shine to be absolute, Valera Trifa was contradicting himself. Oh, that's what he meant. Okay. While believing the power he was blessed with to be without equal, he made light at the originator. The priest fixed his lord's might into the framework he could understand. He was warped as both a rebel and a borrowed of his master's borrower. Blessed with Reinhard Heydrich's might, he used it to attempt to seal the very same person that granted it. Yeah, that is contradictory. Yeah, okay, I get it now. I think. Probably. Having such a disordered desire required both absolute acknowledgement and a certain amount of underestimation of the target. As one who had never possessed his own power, the ability to grasp victory, he had to contradict himself by believing in both the strength and weakness of his enemy. The priest passionately craved strength, but instead of perfecting himself, he chose to become someone else entirely. Yeah. And you cannot exactly become someone else entirely, like, it is literally impossible. However you want to be someone else, you will still always be you, basically. It's impossible to become someone else entirely. So you are still having your own weaknesses and your own strength. And weakness was the that weakness was the greatest display of Valera Trifa limits. It was only guilt, something that could never become gold. Thus, he had awakened to the fact that despite the desire to save all and never be robbed of anything again, a divine vessel was the Lord of Destruction. The materialization of the all-destroying Dies Irae. He called out to her, Lisa, and the countless sorrowful laughs that slipped through his fingers. His touch brought ruination upon anyone he had ever wished to save. His laugh was the harbinger of destruction, nothing more. 60 years ago, Karl Kraft declared that to be the plight burdering the wicked saint since his very first breath. Thus, the sacred lance he deemed absolute failed to hit its target. The somber night displayed no hint of fear towards the golden light that scraped his shoulder and lashed his dark and iron fist at the one who released it. So basically, Trifa had not enough souls or power within his souls to fully control the lance. Lance is supposed to always hit the target, but since he didn't recognize his own weakness, that he's not Reinhardt, he actually missed, even though the lance was supposed to always hit the target. Trifa moment, Kasumi kidnapped 6 years of planning. Great job, Trifa. Thus, the curtain would fall. Nothing about the life of the jester following the warp sanctity was true. The moment of all-ending strike reached his chest, marked the descent of the true gold. Oh! Right, Trifa is gone. Body is free. We can have Reinhardt back. Great! Right, that happened previously too. Right, he's still not going to be at full power though. Yeah, Reinhardt is going. If Reinhardt is going to come back, actually, he's going to be around the same level as he was in Sakurai Road, right? When he got revived in Sakurai Road, was there like 7 things open already? I think it was 7 as well, right? The same. The bishop was shattered and became a pile of waste on the chessboard. Reinhardt looked down on it and squinted his eyes. Seating himself on the throne of his castle, he whispered with a languid smile on his visage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Trifa's not happy about this. He laughed, all and everything. All would be consumed and nothing left unravaged. And now, the sword of his began to spread and expand. Okay. Wavering, praying and sifting, the devilish castle of the Wawelsburg made itself corporeal. It was the hell, built from the souls of millions. It was the incarnation of war, the one to recolor the world with the sanguine chaos. And? Samuel, why are you putting up your 3rd degree? Wait, what? Why? Or it's not 3rd degree chant. Rubedo praisingly chanted a prayer, giving a blessing welcome to the coming of the moment her supreme overlord had always yearned for. Oh, it's not for the 3rd degree, it's like other chant. It's his? Wait, it's Reinhardt chant? Oh, they are part of Reinhardt, so they can like basically use his. I guess like if they like combine, are we going to have like each Reinhardt saying the line of Reinhardt 3rd degree maybe, and they will like summon him here or something? They are!
この世のありとあらゆるものすべて彼を抑える力を
Wow, what a synchro. Oh, I love it. That moment made Alberto forget his bloodlust. Prioritizing his loyalty over the raging impulses within him. He became ecstatic as he stopped his battle for the sake of his lord, the man who once let him live.
ゆえ神は問われた。貴様は何者か。
Nigard was no exception. He was yet another one of the Einherjars, enslaved and bound by the castle.
愚問なり無知盲昧。知らぬならば答えよ。
I like how everyone, like every single Einherjar is like pumped up, kinda. When they say everything, like, yep, this is our lord, we gotta chant that. And Reinhardt is just like, yeah, I will just chant this because why not? He's always so bored. The Golden Beast cherished the loyalty of his subjects, laughing as he spearhead his boundless hell. Love it. He marched to consume the whole world. Okay, so this is going to summon the castle into the material world, right? Because his Beria, like for degree, is the castle. Thus Valhalla made a descent upon the earth. Okay. Fifth universe. There it is. How big is this thing actually? Is it like big as a city? Also the 8th thing, it's still like not opened. So he's not like in the full power yet. It was the fate craved the stone. An inescapable, unavoidable reality that dated back to the founding of the city. Chaos blotting out the sky gave birth to a mystifying castle that robbed the souls of any and all weaklings unable to resist its sorcery. The event was a repeat of what occurs in Berlin over 60 years ago. The scores of war demons were absorbed by and merged with the Devil's Castle roar, a cheering chant. Sicher! Sicher! Yep! Victoria! Great!
承諾した。共に約束の時を祝おう。
Yep. His subjects. His locks like a floating mane, golden in color. His regal gaze equally golden. It was the gold of splendor, of brilliance, surprise in creation itself, beauty mingling with heavy solemnity, yet at the same time, beastly in hue. A being that should not exist in the realm of man, the harbinger of the beguiling light. Returned to the corporeal coil of his own flesh, Reinhard Heydrich looked down below from the terrace of his castle. Just one more, another release, and Glassheim would be unleashed. He beseeched all the meek and trifling to gather and to know the bliss of the willing, when the heaven of the boundless soul.
未知の世界を渇望する。
Also, if Reinhardt would like truly want to like actually be revived and everything, like the simple solution at this point would be just to keep Rhea at his side. Just like take Rhea and just like protect Rhea, just hold her, like no one will be able to touch her. Because she's like a catalyst for you to actually come back fully. But that was his promise to the friend who broke him. Right? The unknown world beyond it all. Yeah, just like get rid of the foreknowledge and just like find something unknown. we actually... Oh, this is actually the end of the episode? Holy shit! Wait, I actually ended the episode when it's supposed to end. What? Okay. 7 out of 8, get to the advocate end. Okay, I somehow did not end it like early.
そういえば私たち二人きりで話すのは初めてなんじゃないのかな。
Rea is talking to someone? Backstory? Backstory for Rea in the next episode? Possibly? I wonder if who? Huh. Rea's talking to someone. Huh. I will see this in the next episode, okay? Anyway. Amazing one. Damn. A lot of stuff happened like during like previous episodes. That was intense. So Trifa failed once again. Machina hit him where it hurts the most. Going into his past, mentioning the kids that he had to choose. Yeah, I love Trifa. Trifa is such a good character. He's complicated. His plans are not the best, but he's such a good character. I really like Trifa, even though he's complicated. Maybe that's why I like him. Anyway, yeah. I think like next episode we're going to have some kind of like Rhea backstory, and maybe we are going back to Ren, trying to get like past Schreiber, because that's still a thing. So yeah, anyway, thank you everyone for watching this episode, for being with me. So leave up a like if you liked the episode, subscribe if you're not subscribed, check my Discord. If you are not on Discord yet, you can also become a member if you'd like to support me and see the episodes earlier, then maybe join on live streams with the recordings whenever I will do them, sometimes if you're lucky. Anyway, thank you everyone for being with me, and I will see you all in the next episode of this era. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.